Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It with your boy. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Once again, good Friday. Feel good Friday. What's happening Friday? But yeah, let's see. We got a lot to talk about, and it's funny. We are how many episodes in? About 18 episodes in, right? And y'all know I'm a big TV guy, movie guy. I watch a lot of TV. I do. I watch an absurd amount of TV. My wife always makes fun of me, and I think my son kind of picked it up a little bit. But the reason why I'm talking about that because I never put y'all on to any of the shows that I'm watching or talk about any of the movies that I've watched or plan on watching. So for today, just a little bit, I'm gonna talk about some of the shows that I'm watching, some of the things that I that catch my eye, or the shows that I'm actually into, and stuff like that. So we're gonna Netflix and chill. No, I'm joking. We gonna Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Prime Video it out, and any other streaming service, any other TV streaming service like Apple TV. I got it, and it's crazy because I've never really been a big Apple product guy. And when I say Apple products, I mean I'm not an iPhone user. And so for the longest, I or put off the interest of wanting to get Apple TV. And but my wife bought me this past Christmas. Well, no, I think it was Christmas or birthday since both are like 4 days apart. But she got that for me, and I've been checking it out. But let's get into it. I'm quite sure y'all tired of hearing me go down on a run through. So just today, we got new episodes that I'm watching currently on Hulu in my continue watching section. So we got BMF, and you already know about BMF. Meech and Terry, they were drug kingpins, but also, I mean, looking at the documentaries, also watching the show, like yeah, they were into drugs, but they also had like family values and stuff like that, and I think that's dope. Shout out to Big Meech. Shout out to Lil Meech for playing Big Meech. Shout out to 50. Big up to 50. 50 has been taking over this TV industry, and he doesn't get enough props. Honestly, 50 doesn't get enough props for kind of trying to turn the narrative or trying to take over the the film industry, and it's dope. Shout out to 50. Shout out to Tasha Smith. But what else we got? Okay, so we got Station 19. Station 19 is a firefighter show. It's pretty dope. It's got some drama. It's got some funny parts. It's got some romance. Some thrillers here and there. It's dope. Another firefighter movie that I watch is Chicago Fire, which is so it's crazy. So the shows that I watch, right? So Station 19 is like a sister show or a branch off from Grey's Anatomy because the characters in Station 19 some of also play in Grey's Anatomy or vice versa. But there's a lot of There's actually a couple of shows that I watch that have kind of like that blend, that mixture. So I find it dope. Uh, what else we got? We got Grownish. Grownish is a branch off of Blackish. Uh, and Grownish is covering the kids going to college and stuff like that. It's pretty dope. I'm quite sure y'all know about it. It's pretty popular. Snowfall is another popular one. It's about I think it's set in the 60s or 70s maybe. And that it's set in around that area in Compton, LA area, and it's kind of like it kind of got vibes of Power, but of course they both have different styles, but it's got some similarities to it. So Snowfall Franklin Saint is he's a piece of work, man. I rock with Franklin Saint. He's the main character in Snowfall. Who else you got? You got Uncle what's the uncle's name? Jerome. Good old Jerome. Teacher man had a teacher man had a squabble. Man, like that's a little catchphrase in the show Snowfall. If you catch it, it's pretty hilarious. What else we got? We got Animal Control. It's a series that just recently premiered, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. After the All-Star game, after the All-Star break, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, Animal Control's, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. It's a comedy show. It's a comedy TV show series about animal control, and it's pretty funny. Another one's Abbott Elementary. Abbott Elementary is fire. Abbott Elementary, I believe, got an Oscar, if I'm not mistaken, or a Golden Globe. They doing it big. Shout out to, let me get her name right. I don't want to disrespect nobody. I want to give my black brothers and sisters their proper just due. Quinta Brunson is a creator of the show. You may have seen her viral video years ago when in the movie theaters. Oh my gosh, you're rich, because some dude. I think it was a skit. They were in the movie theaters buying popcorn or candy, and she was in line. The dude was in line. Or buying candy, and you know how expensive movie theater snacks are. And yeah, she went viral for like reacting to this guy buying a whole bunch of stuff at the counter at the movie theaters. But yeah, she directs this show. Abbott Elementary is based off of like the teachers and school system and stuff like that, and it's pretty funny. It's also got damn, I forgot to turn my phone on vibrate. My bad. Got an ESPN update. Let's see if it's anything about the Lakers. Huh? It's funny because it is about the Lakers. Lakers fatal flaw? Question mark. Transition defense could be what haunts the Lakers. Nah, we're gonna talk about sports a little bit later, but yeah. So we got Abbott Elementary's dope. I watched Ghosted in the past. It's a comedy. American Gods was good. It was a Stars show. Let me just give you the synopsis of like the story. Yeah, it's about Shadow Moon is the character, is released from prison early following the death of his wife. Mysterious con artist Mr. Wednesday recruits Shadow to be his bodyguard, but there's so much more to unpack with that show. It's pretty dope. It taps into different gods and the universe, and if you are I say this, if you're a spiritual person or you believe in a higher power, that's a good show to, watch and get a few things from it. It's pretty cool. Blackish, of course that's about the Blackish. Everybody knows what Blackish. That's a show that me and the family watch. My son is freaking. It seems like Zach is obsessed with Blackish, or at one point he was like always. Can we watch an episode? Can we watch an episode? Can we watch an episode? Yeah, but that was good. Nine Perfect Strangers was another show. And I'm gonna go to the ones that I'm watching right now, or like currently watching. I don't wanna bore you. So, Good Doctor, about an autistic uh, surgeon doctor, really good. Another hospital movie, doctor movie. I mean show. I've watched Grey's Anatomy, and I stopped watching Grey's Anatomy after like the 10th season or whatever. So this is how it went. So whenever Grey's Anatomy first popped up on Netflix, I watched all the seasons that they had at the time, and I think that was at the time it was maybe like 7 or 8, right? And then I was all caught up, and I was bounced over to other shows, and then Grey's Anatomy came out on Hulu, and Hulu had more seasons, and the thing about Hulu is Hulu actually, Netflix just picked this up, but Hulu would actually update the episodes weekly and stuff like that. So it was more current. But it was just the back and forth of not all the seasons there, not all the seasons Netflix. I just kind of just was like, you know what? There's like literally probably, I think there's like 18, probably 20 seasons of Grey's Anatomy that a part of me feels I want to catch up on it, but at this point it's like, nah. But yeah, but Netflix now adapted that weekly episode type deal, or holding off on certain seasons or different parts. But that's what happened with Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy was dope. What else we got? Yeah, Good Doctor, Grey's Anatomy. The Resident's a good one. It's another all these the doctor ones, they've got similar stories here and there, but I think the drama is different for all three of them. Another one was New Amsterdam, but I stopped watching it though because some of the stuff it wasn't as exciting as all the other ones. Like it was more drama, and not drama per se, but it was more like a laid back, not that much action. But with Grey's Anatomy and The Good Doctor, there's always something crazy happening. But yeah, Power, of course, is my show. All of them, all the different Power books is dope. Can't wait for those to come back out, which I think they're coming back out next month or this month, if I'm not mistaken. But they're coming back up. Accused is a good one that just started. That one was dope. That one is it's a show about different situations where people get accused of something, and they go through the whole timeline of what happened, and either they're found guilty or not guilty. And there's a lot of twists and plots, a lot of twists and turns, and it's a really good show. Really good show. The newest one that's actually one of the newest ones that I started watching, and another one was Alert, which was about missing persons unit. Pretty dope. Two cops, their son goes missing, and that kind of prompts them to get into missing persons, and then years later, son pops up. Son says that he was kidnapped, and yeah, it's a good show. Without spoiling anything, it is a huge twist at the end of the show, and there's some twists in the middle of the end of the season. It's a lot going on. It's dope. Check it out. I'm watching also the 911, the Lone Star, and the original one. Those are dope. The Company You Keep is a smooth. The Company You Keep is the type of shows that are most intriguing to me because it's the whole spy, espionage, CIA, secret. Like, I'm into those type of shows and movies where you have, whether it's something to do with FBI, CIA, top secret stuff, anything special ops, even like certain military movies and shows that deal with special ops, and because that's what actually growing up I've always wanted to be in the FBI, be in the CIA, because I always felt I would be right for those type of organizations because I'm a little off in the head, and to be like an assassin, a special forces, just a real badass type, you got to be a little off in the head. But just a tad bit. Not saying you crazy, but just a little bit, a little loose up there. I mean, but yeah, those are the shows I'm into, and this one, The Company You Keep is so it's about a con man and family and a CIA agent. And long story short, the main character con man, which is also, if you ever watched freaking All of Us, another dope show, very emotional, family oriented. It will definitely make you cry on throughout the seasons. But Jack, the husband, the father, Jack, he is the main character, or one of the main characters in The Company You Keep, the TV show, an ABC TV show. But yeah, he's the main character. He's the con man, and somehow they cross paths. The CIA agent and the con man cross paths, and they start liking each other. They start rocking with each other, but none of them know each other's real job and stuff like that. Like there are truths. They're sharing truths, but they don't really know what the main thing is. And the CIA chick is trying to take down a criminal, or I guess in the plot or in the story it's the criminal, but the bad guy. But she's trying to take down this group, or these people, and the con man has actually done some dealings, or there's a connection. So I'm waiting to see how long in the season, or how long it's going to take for them or one of them to start figuring out and finding out some clues on what's actually going on. And but yeah, Company You Keep, that's dope. SWAT was a good one. That's another law enforcement type. That's good. All Rise is about a black judge, and it's pretty dope. What else we got on? And mind you, these are all these shows that I am naming off right now are Hulu ones that I've watched or currently watching. Big Sky was good. All right. Let me. Thanks. See, Now another one popped up that I'm currently watching. Will Trent, dope. He's a detective. I think it is a homicide detective. Yeah, homicide detective. That he has dyslexia. Yeah, he has dyslexia, but he's dope. He pays attention to detail like crazy, and he figures out different ways of or he solves these different crimes and murders in weird and strange ways, but they're effective, and he's dope. Let's see what else we got. Reasonable Doubt was dope. For all the ladies out there, what's his name? Damn, what's the light skin, blue eyes? Uh, Damn it, it was at the tip of my tongue too. Pause. Michael Ealy, yeah, but Reasonable Doubt is a lawyer show. That's crazy, right? So all these shows that I'm like really tapped into that I really love watching are things that I wanted to do growing up. Like I wanted to growing up. At one point, I wanted to be a lawyer, um, and then the CIA, FBI, assassin. Like I still, if I ever get the chance, in any secret ops type of organizations out there that want to uh, have me on, like be a part of the team, I'm all for it. I'm down. Or if any, nah, let me stop. Let me stop. But yeah, those. I'm drawn to those type of shows, and so a lot of my show history has secret organization type of plots, um, law enforcement. Also, you got like a lot of law type shows, and it's funny. It's funny because the reason why, well, of course, the reason why is because I wanted to do that. But then another reason that's strong on me is that you'll be surprised how much the government like literally will show you what's going on, and whether you want to say conspiracy this, conspiracy that, like this stuff this stuff gets put out in plain sight, and a lot of the shows that I watch involve government cover-ups and things of that, and I find that very interesting and I'm drawn to those type of shows and movies because I know it's true, and it's not me saying to get back on that whole don't trust the government, this and this and that, but they've been putting shows and movies out with all types of, I call them absurd, obvious truths, right? It sounds absurd. It sounds so absurd that a part of you is kind of like, well, it's like damn, like it's obvious that they're putting it out there. It's obvious that they put it out there, but it's also so absurd that you don't think it's the truth. But that's the whole point. And you see it, I see it in films all the time. I see it in all the shows, all the law enforcement and secret society, Illuminati, anything you can think of, those type of societies, the order, like all those secret pockets, right? They get they get thrown in movies and TV shows, and we don't think twice. Like we don't even second guess it. Like it gets put in there, and what tends to happen is it gets the truth will get put in a movie or a show, right? Or just a film in general. And two things usually happens. It's either a truth is coming out or an information is getting put out there, right? But something else is going on in that film that you don't catch it. You see it all the time. And then also there's another part where that the truth or whatever is being put out there is the focal point of said scene, but it's delivered by somebody that's nutty, somebody that is the funny character in the movie or just film period. So you look at what's coming out their mouth as either funny or just another character acting stupid. That's such and such saying them crazy things again. You always see it. They always put, and it's funny. They always put in movies like that or I keep going back and forth with movies, TV. Those productions, those films, they'll just put it out. They'll just put it in there. And it's funny how it's funny how they do it. And it's funny how some people catch it. I catch it a lot. But not even and it's sometimes it's symbols. It's not always with words or dialogue. Sometimes you'll catch a symbol that is a little off. But yeah, that's long story short, that's the reason why I'm so heavy into those type of films, whether it's movies or shows. It's because there's so many things. I mean, I constantly talk about it. That things get put out in the open, and we don't catch it. And there's a lot of backdoor stuff that goes on within this government, within this world. We know how crazy. Because here's the thing, the world is beautiful. This land is beautiful. The world is beautiful, but it's also wicked. It is. There's so many wicked things in this world that drive certain narratives, certain agendas. It's a lot of people out there that got their hand in what makes the quote unquote America America. Because I'll talk. This world for sure is wicked, but the United States, the U.S. is just, wicked times. I mean, of course, you got other countries that, have leaders that are just evil, and from what I see, and then again, it's all about perspectives, but there are bad people in this world. And so when I see certain storylines and certain things in these movies and shows that I watch, I'm not naive to it. And their whole objective for doing what they do, putting out these films with alien interaction and different types of technology that's out there, and I look at that stuff and I'm not naive to anything that's going on. Of course, there's things that I can miss. I'm human. I'm not perfect. So but I see a lot of things that I would see in these films and in these shows, and then you see certain things in the news, and things don't add up. And certain shows and movies that you watch years ago talking about things that are going to happen in the future, and then when you see it happen in the future, it's like, wait, hold up, was this planned? Was this? Yes, and I get coincidences, they happen. um Bad luck happens, like all types of things happen, right? That, yes, things do happen that are, coincidental and stuff like that. Cool. But not every time. And that's what I'm trying to get at, is the the things that we see that are coincidental so many times, in that we see in the news, that we read in the paper and stuff like that. I just want y'all to know that some of that stuff isn't a coincidence, or some of that stuff doesn't. It's not an accident, I should say. Some of that stuff has, like, it's planned. So when I see those things in the movies and shows, it's like, yeah, I know they be. I know there's. I I want to believe, or I feel that I have somewhat of an understanding. You could call me on it if you want to, but I'm just calling it how I see it. Yes, we have the structures of the government, right? We got, of course, the legislation, all that, executive, judicial. We got it. Like, we understand that structure, but they're not really controlling people. You know, growing up in school, we think the president runs the world. We think the president, whoever is elected president, has the say all, the say so to run the world, basically, or run the U.S., because that's basically what we're talking about right now. But we all know there are rich, filthy rich people that are really pulling the strings. You got the Rockefellers, you got the Rothschilds. Like, you have certain a small number of families that really control and dictate what goes on. And when I see when I see it constantly on these shows that I watch, it always it always made me think, like, okay, this idea, and this is before I, basically confirmed it, like, nah, this is what we see on these shows in terms of the government and stuff like that is true. But I started to notice, and I'm like, all right, some of these shows and movies that I watch, they're always talking about, there's always a big name family, or yeah, a big name family that really is running things because they have the money. They have the money to back these presidential candidates. So, like, that's what people need to start realizing, is that we think that we are we have the say on who is this and who gets here. Yeah, we may push the needle, but all in all, respectfully, they pick and choose. And like I said, I see it all the time in these shows and stuff that I watch. And y'all can say, well, they're just shows. You're right. They are just shows. You're absolutely right. I will not refute that. But I also do know that when these shows and movies start with an idea, right? But let's not think for a second that some people may not pick the easier route of let me just put out what I see or what I know instead of just coming up with something. Let me put out uh, aliens and this because I know firsthand. My sources say that we do. All right, that's an idea to put out there: alien movies and or extraterrestrial, right? Or let's talk about secret societies and people running the world and or certain people running the world, families, members running the world. Well, where do you think they got those ideas from? Hmm. The Rockefeller family, the Rothschild family. Hmm. They're rich. They got power, lots of it. That family has, those families have power, money. You didn't think they pulled ideas from those type of people? Like, come on now. So I, for one, I select the shows that I do watch because some, of course, I could see this BS, and some are displayed in a way that is like, nah, there's something up. Something is there's some truth to it, or something smells right, or things are slowly adding up. Questions are being answered in a sense. So when I talk about my interest in shows and some of the shows and movies that I am watching, just know that they are largely law enforcement, special ops, um, secret agents, special agents, spy, espionage, conspiracy type shows and movies. Like all of them are, the majority of them are going to be like that because I find those comfortable for my mind, for my eyes. That those lack for of a better term, they feel more real than other movies that I know that it's just BS. Like I want to see truth. It may be scary to others. It may throw people off, but that stuff is real. That stuff is true, and it actually funny enough, talking about my show, not the shows that I watch and the movies that I watch, and some of the things that I see play out, and the conspiracies and stuff like that. It actually tied me to the next topic I wanted to talk about. So what I was saying about everything that I watch, right? I see things play out, and it throws me off. It throws me off because it's that it's that feel of, yeah, I knew I knew they was up to something. So let me just put into context some of the stuff that I see, right? So basically, right, I'm trying to look for, okay, so everybody knows who Jeffrey Epstein is, right? Jeffrey Epstein was a rich guy, filthy rich guy, billionaire, but he was a pedo. He had an island and he would take, well, they had a whole documentary. They got couple of documentaries on him, right? Of Jeffrey Epstein and Giselle Gazelle Maxwell, the other female, the female that was his accomplice or another scumbag, basically. So he would he was a pedo. He liked underage kids, girls, right? And so because he was rich, he had an island, and for some reason, for some reason, like he would have celebrities all the time going to this island and partaking in whatever it is that they partake with on that scumbag island, right? And there were whenever he got, caught up, they were trying to, of course, Epstein didn't kill himself, of course, but yeah, they were. I don't know if people were trying to, but everybody knows that uh, Epstein, and he wasn't the only one that would, that's partaking in foul things on that island. And for the longest, people were trying to figure out, who else was there, who else is a scumbag like Jeffrey Epstein, right? So for the longest, we were, trying to figure out where's this list of the all the people that attended this island, and the list finally came out, and nobody on the news is talking about it because we have train derailments, we got earthquakes happening, we have all types of the crazy things happening in this world that, of course, we should be paying attention to. Don't get it twisted. But something that I deem very serious is a list of people that were partying, it seems like, and doing the same thing as this scumbag pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, right? So you would want to I mean, I know as a dad, I want to know who these predators could be, right? But nobody's talking about it because we have celebrities, um, high-ranking officials. We have all these people that also attended that island, and some very, very prominent figures on there. Prince Andrew, Jay-Z, Beyonce, the Obamas, But you see, as I start naming some names off, I know in your head you're probably like, yeah, right, whatever. No, that's why nobody's talking about the list. I'm actually trying to find the list right now so I can kind of run off some names, but they probably blocked it off. Ain't no telling. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah. No. See. No. Still no list. Yeah. The last court documents containing 167 associates. Whew. 167. We got Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, just to name a few. Second one I named was a president of ours, and he was a friend of Epstein's. Of course, he denied relationship. Same with Giselle Maxline. Trump denied. So it's a lot of if you're seeing the pattern, right? There it's stuff like that I'm talking about that I see in shows, that I see in movies, that I see secrets and damaging information being withheld from the public, and now just recently getting put out there, and even just now me trying to Google the list, I don't got a definitive link on where the list is at. It's because they did. It's because they redacted a whole bunch of names on here, and that's the thing. It's stuff like that intrigues me. Seeing stuff like that because I just know that you can't trust everybody. And I'm not saying and what I mean by that is, shoot, you could take what you heard from me and and not take it. That's fine. It's cool. I'm just trying to put your own game on some of the things that I'm seeing in this world that isn't beneficial to growth or peace or any prosperity, because we have just so many wicked things out there. And just it's sad that, like, I just read that there was another train derailment in Illinois. Like, there's stuff like that that's going on in this world, and there's also things like the Epstein list that came out that's going under the radar. It's just a lot of things going on, and I don't want y'all getting fooled at all, because talking about that list, there's people on that list that we all love and that we all support. So maybe it may be a good time to maybe reevaluate some of those people if you do get a chance to look at the list. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring it up, but you got to question those type of people. Don't just give them free passes. You got to question. You got to question those people that may be tied to that Epstein Island, because that's gross to me. That's disgusting that they would have an island for that, doing some foul things to kids. It's terrible. But I gave y'all a rundown on some of the shows I watch. Did I even talk about you and my man Joe Goldberg? Like the part four, the second part of season four, I guess you should say, just came out yesterday. Check it out. There's a lot of twists and turns in this one. But yeah, talked about some some of my shows and movies that I watch, and then I touched on some Epstein and the list coming out, and nobody's really talking about it. And we need to do some more searching and not believe in everything that you hear from the government. Conspiracies, they're turning out to be not conspiracies at all, but y'all can decide if that's true or not. But I appreciate y'all listening to another episode of Let's Talk About It with your boy.
Let's talk about it.